find the person behind this," Carter explained. I looked at those files for one more time before throwing them carelessly on my desk while Carter stood there silently waiting for my next order. He is very efficient and hardworking. Perfect in his work. Just what I need. Perfection. Call Mark and tell him to get the jet ready. I'll be leaving tonight. Full stop. Carter quickly took out his cell and called my pilot. I picked up my coat and walked out with my PA following me. I stopped near my secretary's desk and ordered her to arrange my schedule again for the next week. As I was heading towards the building's exit, I noticed a group of men and women talking and laughing. I stopped in my tracks and went to stand beside the man who was telling a pathetic joke. "I didn't know I was paying you all for cracking jokes during work hours," I said, or more like snapped. The moment they noticed me, all of them jumped out of their seats. "Sir, we were just," the man started to say but trailed off. "We're sorry, Mr. Woodwords," one of the women said with a puppy dog face. "Carter," I said, and he came to stand beside me. "I want their resignations the first thing tomorrow morning," I said, looking at the woman in front of me whose expressions changed from apologetic to shock. One of the men opened his mouth to say something but Carter interrupted. "No need to say more. You all are already fired and Mr. Woodwords doesn't really changes the decisions he makes. This is why he is my PA." I went out directly to my favorite sports car and sat on the driving seat and sped off. I love cars and driving helps me calm my temper. I was really furious. No one denies my word or dare to speak against me, and that little piece of shit betrayed me. I do need to control my anger before I order Carter to destroy that fucking Walter. I was driving past the trees and parks when someone caught my eye. All my fury drained out by just looking at her sitting on the bench, so peacefully. I parked my car in the parking area and went to sit beside Caroline. She was so lost in her thoughts that she didn't even realize my presence. She is the only girl that ever captured my mind like this. I'm not used to going after women. They come to me, throwing themselves at me. But her, there is something in her that makes me want to know her more. The first time I saw her outside the jewelry shop, I decided I wanted her, but seeing her damage my favorite car filled me with rage. This girl even had the audacity to throw money on my goddamn face. I never expected this. I was so shocked at that moment I failed to read her license plate. That day I planned to destroy her. Destroy everything she loves. I ordered Melissa, my PI, to find her out, but they couldn't. After all, I didn't have anything with me except her beautiful face in my memory. Just the next day, I saw her again at the Jenkins. I realized she is the daughter of my dad's so-called good-for-nothing asshole of a best friend, James Marshall. I thought of her to be a rich brat, but she proved me wrong when she apologized for her behavior of the previous day. It was nothing made up but truth, visible in her eyes, and I forgave her that instant. Since then, I've been craving her. I want her so badly, but there is something in her that forces me not to treat her like my other conquests. Maybe her innocence. I asked her, or rather ordered her, to go on a date with me yesterday. One thing I never really planned to do ever. I thought maybe after knowing her a bit I wouldn't be interested in her, but she proved me wrong yet again. Now I want her more than I wanted any woman before. Every time I'm about to make a move I stop, looking at her innocent face. Even yesterday I was about to kiss her, but I don't know why the fuck I didn't. Is there any possible way you are thinking of me? I finally said. I talked to her a bit more and even told her about me going out of the country. I don't even know why. I left as my phone buzzed with Dad's number. What does he want now? He never calls me without any reason. I talked to him sitting back in my car and can sense that there was something fishy. There is definitely something going on. I am getting negative vibes. I'll have to go talk to him to know, but before that I'll have to go to my penthouse for a cold shower. For fuck's sake, Aaron, you were just bloody talking to her. Hey, lovelies. I know this chapter doesn't take the story ahead, but it is also important to show Aaron's side of the story. Hope it didn't bore you. Help me with the title of this chapter. Electrochemistry has forced my mind to shut down. I hate exams. Love you all, Blooming Rose 18. Chapter 12, bound to happen. Caroline's POV. Hey Dylan, I won't be coming to the party tonight. I told him on the phone. Today is the charity ball and I was so happy that I will be meeting Aaron after an entire week. But yesterday Lahaina heard me talking to Nadia about it and then complained to Dad like a small kid. Why cupcake? He asked, concerned. Well, Dad got to know of it and said I can't. I lied. He just didn't say I can't. He warned me not to dare step out of his house, and when I said I have to, he slapped me and literally pushed me out of his room. Oh, okay, Dylan said and quickly cut the call. What has happened to him? Every time I take Dad's name in front of him he goes berserk, and today he didn't say anything. Must be busy in work, I thought. I sat down at the edge of my bed. It was the last time I was going to meet Aaron. I want to go. I have to. He asked me to come. But if I go after Dad's warning he will lock me up in my room. A tear escaped my eye unknowingly. What am I going to do? After exactly 10 minutes there was a knock on my door. I wiped my tear and opened the door. It was Jane, my housekeeper. Sir has sent me to say that you can go to the ball with Dave, and she said, mispronouncing Dylan's name. He has. I asked her, shocked, to which she nodded and left. This is unreal. Dad agreed with me going to the ball. I closed the door and jumped around my room. I was behaving like a teenager who was going to meet her crush after a long time. But I can't help it. I am going to meet Aaron. May it be the last time. But I am happy as hell. Just then my phone rang. Without seeing the caller I picked it up. Cupcake. I'll pick you up at 8. Be ready, Dylan said from the other end. How the hell he knows that Dad finally allowed me to? Wait, he did it. What did you do? I asked him suspiciously. Nothing, sweetheart, he said sweetly. Don't lie, brother. I know you must have made Dad agree. What did you say to him? I don't talk to shits like him, sweetie. I asked my assistant to do it and he did. Now be a good girl and be ready at 8 inches. He said and ended the call. Oh, I love Dylan. I smiled, thinking about tonight. How can a person make you so happy even without their presence? Just a thought of him and I smile. I felt jitters in my stomach just thinking of meeting Aaron tonight. I quickly went to take a warm, long shower. After my bath I stood in front of the mirror and did my makeup. I want to look beautiful. For him. When I was done I took out the beautiful red dress that Dylan sent me the other day. It was a simple yet elegant dress that fit me perfectly. The above images of Caroline's dress. Full stop. The doorbell rang at 8 and I ran downstairs to open the door for my stupid cousin. My family had already gone, so there won't be any arguments among him and Dad. Dylan was wearing a navy blue tux. His hair's gelled back and a toothy grin plastered on his stupid face. Cupcake. You look beautiful, he said, and I ignored him intentionally and sat in his car after locking the entrance door. He came in too and we drove off. The ball was even more grand than I imagined it to be. The place was totally surrounded by reporters and media who wanted to get inside but were not allowed to. I placed my hand in the crook of Dylan's arm and went inside the beautiful place. My heart started to beat faster, thinking I'm going to meet Aaron again. The party was in full swing. People talking in groups. Couples dancing and many men and women standing near the bar. I looked around to search for the one man because of whom I came here. A waiter passed by and Dylan handed me a drink.